Hold on.
And I do hope you find, I think everybody deserves that if they're wanting of that. And it seems to me, as I sit
All right,
here
Chris,
and
peace
talk
out.
to you, that you are someone that's very passionate about finding love. And I think the thing is that that person knows who you are. They know some of the things that you've done. So that person that wants to be with Brittany Renner, they're gonna know what she's done and be okay with that. Yeah. Do you think it's hard for that? Is it hard for an athlete? Because athletes are very prideful, and they and don't take this the wrong way, but they kind of like, that's mine. And to know that that package has been unwrapped by somebody else on multiple occasions, it doesn't sit well with. I'm gonna keep it one. You.
Now, my question to everybody who's gonna watch this video, who's watching this live stream, I seen it down in the chat. What do we gain from continuously interviewing Brittany Renner? What is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this? Like, again, there's so many athletes, former athletes, all these things that we could talk about. Because Shannon Sharpe is part sports, but he's also part entertainment. But there's so many people that he could like benefit from interviewing. What is the point? What is the point?
They keep it 100.
Not the most attractive anymore. Not the because she's open and honest, I guess. But there's like legitimately no benefit and no gain from interviewing Brittany Renner at this point.
Keep it 100 with you.
But then you have to go back to when there was the Derek Jeter diamond. That's what my track record's like.
Not an entertainer.
Derek Jeter gets a segment on ESPN where they have his dating history in the. Let me finish though.
No, I ain't saying nothing.
You was thinking it. You were thinking it.
I'll get some water because I'm sweating in here.
Because my dating pool is, I mean, my
expansive.
God, impressive, expansive. I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay.
Whew. Oh Lord.
Impressive isn't
Woo.
the word. So if I'm judged for
anybody else need a shot of this?
If I'm judged,
and I watched like 35, like I watched 35 reactions to this. I watched the Twitter discourse of the day about this. I've watched all these things about this. I don't want to get into Shannon Sharpe being a pro athlete, having 35 bodies or whatever the case may be, probably has more or whatever. Totally, that's true. I don't want to get into, well, we kind of can. 35 bodies, to me, I mean, I could understand how she got there. Me as a normal person, I probably could never get there. Well, as a man, I probably could get there. But as a normal person, I just couldn't get there. She's in her 30s. She's attractive. She's in different places and spaces and of a higher class, upper echelon, or whatever the case may be. So finding 2.3 dudes to have sex with her per year isn't the craziest thing in the world. That's not crazy. Even if you want to factor in the relationships and the years that she might have had to double up, that's not crazy. What I want to talk about is why this grown fucking man has this type of reaction. Shannon Sharpe is like 50 something years old. And it's not that he can be turned off or disgusted or whatever by the number. Yo, you look like, this looks like a Kai Cenat impersonation right here. This looks like a Kai Cenat impersonation. This is the most obvious 4 clicks type situation. That's the real reason why I even thought to bring up this. This is the corniest shit ever. And to be quite honest with you, and this is why I even wanted to do this. At this point in time that we're at right now, people aren't bringing in Brittany Renner on their platform to have good faith-based conversations about her being promiscuous. And do you learn that? Do you understand? And they aren't having that. What they're doing is they're bringing her on their platform to basically shame, mock, devalue her, talk about wholeness, etc., etc. This is no longer to teach the next generation. This is to keep her in the sphere of entertainment, the zeitgeist, and all that stuff. There is nothing constructive about her going on everybody's platform and repeatedly calling her a hoe. There's nothing constructive about that. Legitimately, there is not a goddamn thing constructive. I expect her to keep taking it. If she wants to continue to have her name out in the limelight, keep her 15 minutes of fame going, she has no talent, she has no skill, it's just based off of attraction. Yeah, I would expect her to keep going. Like, she's going to keep taking these offers and opportunities. Shannon Sharpe, this is the lowest common denominator of entertainment is hoe shaming and then having these other people see if you want a high value man, you have to, bro, we've done this for the past 3 years. She don't want help. She don't want your opinions. You're not providing value. There's nothing constructive. There's nothing constructive about continuing these conversations. And Shannon Sharpe acting like a child. Again, this is like, and again, no disrespect to Kai. This is a Kai Cenat ass reaction right here.
Woo!
The word.
This little.
Woo! Oh Lord.
Impressive isn't
Woo!
the word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody else need a shot of this?
if I'm judged for having great taste.
And I'm looking at this. Look at this. Come on, this monkey face right here. I'm looking at MTR. I'm looking at Night Talk, and I'm looking at them laugh at like him doing this. I'm like, I know y'all actually don't genuinely think this is funny. I know that this is a part of just creating content for the sake of creating content. But I promise you, I'm tired. I'm tired of this specific conversation, along with a lot of other conversations. But like, there's nothing constructive about having her on the platform. And again, what's the conversation? He might have had her on this platform. Normally he does like a 45 or whatever. He does an hour long or whatever the fuck. However long has her on this platform. What's constructive about calling her a hoe for 45 minutes, an hour? What's constructive about that? It's the 4th one this year. It's the 8th one in the past 2 years. That's the 90th one in the past 3 years. We get Brittany Renner on here. We ask her about her dating preferences, and we say to her, well, do you think that maybe you should change in order to seek a man? It's every fucking month. This shit is not entertaining. Shit is not constructive. And these are the niggas that win Podcaster of the Year or get the utmost respect. That shit's corny, bro.
We are in the bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour. Woo!
If I'm judged for having great taste, although someone like Derek Jeter, for example, who had his dating diamond.
Why would you feel a need that you can be honest to yourself? I know how many men I've slept with. That ain't for everybody else. But why did you feel that needs to be for public consumption? That's the crux of this. That's what you mind if I sit to the edge of my seat?
You don't gotta ask for permission. This is your
Why would you feel the need to share that information with the public? Some things are left best unsaid.
That's what I hear. Probably the same reason that I wrote a book, because I felt called to share. There are some things that maybe moving forward I would keep to myself, but I just told you I had sex with 35 guys. That's an updated number for people who have been following the number for years now. So,
It said you slept with 24 men, 11 athletes, 5 entertainers, 8 regular guys. Now you up to 35.
The 24 is from when she released the book, and now she's up to 35. If niggas is keeping up with Brittany Renner's body count over the years, get a job. Get a job. Get a fucking job. This is devil's advocate, but if she asked to be on Let's Keep It a Buck and y'all had to vote, would your vote be no? Honestly, my vote would be no. If I got outvoted, the content that I would create around her being on the platform wouldn't be setups to call her a hoe or talk about her promiscuity or whatever the case may be. We could talk about topical things, and then if she ends up disclosing her sexual, I also don't think that we're gonna sit there and interview her and hoe bash or try to get her to understand her ways or whatever the case may be. Because legitimately, if we sit there and do that and she comes back and says, well, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, that's the same thing you saw on Shannon Sharpe, on academics, on Fresh and Fit, on Steve Harvey, on whoever else, Adam 22, No Jumper, all that stuff like that. I'm not doing that. She doesn't want to learn. I know what type of views and people come from that. It doesn't do anything constructive. It's not new information. It's genuinely uninteresting. Her body count is uninteresting. Like she said, for the niggas that's keeping up with it, that's uninteresting. That's legitimately uninteresting. I would ask her a different question. How often does she think about the Roman Empire? Like, I would want to know that shit. I don't want to know that shit legitimately, but I wouldn't want to know, like, oh, what's your updated body count? And then she says, oh, well, now it's 38. Do you think you can find a man like this? Like, that's that. I don't. And for the niggas that might say this is an example for the other girls that are watching, they've seen her already. They've seen 30 of them already. If they decide that they're going to continue to be that way, that's perfectly fine. Like, interviewing Brittany Renner to ask her for her updated body count is not going to change anything. It's not. That's not a constructive way to go about it. Like, if you wonder why some of these issues continue to be issues, is because people see that this is a way to continue to be popular and continue to be famous. Right? If we didn't glorify some of this stuff, people wouldn't see it as an avenue or a route. But if people can see that Brittany Renner can still make a shit ton of money and be famous and continue to be famous by being promiscuous, then somebody's going to see that as a viable option to keep going down the path of. Somebody's just going to keep doing that. But if we don't platform it and we don't have these people on some of the biggest platforms on the internet, if we don't continue to platform it and all this stuff like that, then guess what's going to happen? People aren't going to strive and aspire to be this. Simple.
I keep it listed on my phone. Why is that a lot? What was a whistle?
No, I'm just
What a whistle.
No. I mean, you said athletes don't use condom.
But so 10 guys, was that?
So you
9 guys
24.
in?
No, 11. You
11 guys in 5 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, is there a number you're trying to get half a hundred? I mean, what you going for?
How are you gonna ask me if I'm trying to get half 100 when I've been sitting here talking to you for almost 2 goddamn hours? You don't got no idea who I am.
11 and 5.
So 36 and that's it.
11 in 5 years is 2.2 dudes per year. That's one at the beginning of the year. That's one at the end of the year.
Or are you looking to go back? Would you be willing to go back and get one of those 36 and make it 35?
Don't add a body. Hey, don't add a body.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to add a body.
So 36 will.
Don't worry about.
Listen.
Don't worry about it.
36,
unless you're worried about it.
Would any of those guys that you previously have slept with, would you husband them?
I've given some second chances, and it just reiterates why I don't give second chances. I don't think that I don't believe that I have met my guy.
You don't believe you met him?
I thought I did. A couple times, man.
Are you willing to date outside your race?
Shannon Sharpe is a grown man, dog. This nigga's a grown man. This is a grown fucking man. Shannon Sharpe is a grown man. Shannon Sharpe is a grown ass man.
This is gonna sound kind of fucked up, but I just don't see myself respecting anyone that's not black.
Why?
The man who's supposed to lead me is black. I know that.
Leading is the easy part. Following is what's hard.
The man that is meant to cherish me and love me and be there for me and that was designed for me energetically at this moment. Again, it could change. Could never say never. Black.
Shannon Sharpe is a grown man. I just this is like, and I don't know if y'all, somebody said ChatGPT ass comment. This is the most, I'm saying these things for clicks and reactions conversation I've ever seen in my life. Even the thing about her dating or the man leading her being black. This conversation is just, yo, look at this shit. This is an hour and 46-minute episode.
I've had sex with 30.
Come on, dog. Intimate detail. Disclosing that she's been with 35 men. The conversation takes hilarious turns when she counts a date with an NBA player who made her pay for the date. Additionally, she opens about her appearance on Basketball Wives Season 11. Reflects on her image following a conversation with Deion Sanders, Jackson State. This is a grown man. This is legitimately a grown man. And it's different because if this was a daytime talk show, he might not be able to control all that much who's on here, but this is his platform where he picks who's on here and who's not on here. And a grown man decided that I'm gonna have this woman with no talent, with no skill, who's just famous for being promiscuous. I'm gonna have her on my platform.